Hello, I'm Chains. I'm the #2 Muppets Racemania speedrunner in the world for Tournaments League A plus B, which is the main category. And today I'm going to talk you through how to do Tournaments League A plus B super fast, and all of the things you need to do to set it up, and how to get it going as fast as humanly possible. So there's a few things you need to do before you start your run. And they're going to be on the main menu. So what I've done is I've loaded into a completely new save file, completely not been touched before, so I can show you what you need to do before you start your runs, so you can start running. I recommend you either save a game if you're on a console or like the PS2, or for some reason you're playing on the PS1. We usually play on PS1 emulator, and I just have a save state where I've already done all this, which is what I imagine you'll have to do. So just use save states. They're totally allowed as long as you don't use them during the run, right? To set up your run, you're allowed to use save states, okay? So there's a few things you need to do before the race starts to ensure that you have a good race going. So the first one's in the titles. Oh, I clicked out of the window. The first one's in the title screen. You make a new game, you go back to the title screen, right? Now you have some cheats to import. You need to unlock all of the tracks. I'll talk you through the cheats. They'll be on the website though. So triangle, circle, triangle, square, triangle X, triangle X, circle. That unlocks all the courses, characters, and vehicles, except for a few of the secret ones. Then the other thing you need to unlock is studio, which is square, square, circle, circles, X, circle, triangle, square. That unlocks the studio track. The reason you need to unlock the studio track is because that's where you'll go between runs, between the two tournaments. So it saves a little bit of time because you don't get booted out to the main menu. You get to go to the studio track, which saves just a little bit of time, but it's worth having. You don't just want to lose time because you've not inputted that. Okay, that's all you really need for this category. There are other cheats that unlock more stuff that you might need for other categories, but for this category, that's all you need. Right, so I'm going to get back my notes up because I've wrote notes for this. Okay, so another thing you need to do is you need to load into every course once. Why do you need to do that? It's because it's not to like optimize the course. It's because the first time you go to a course, it plays a clip from the film, which is really cool. But we don't want that in the speedrun because we don't want to have to watch it every single time. That loses time. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip that. We're just going to go load into the track, and then we're going to just completely ignore it. So this is the screen I'll usually find myself on. Here, I go to tournament, League A. Don't worry about which league is at the moment. I'll explain which league you should do first. You can do it either way, but I'll explain the positives and negatives of doing each league and which order to do the leagues in before anything. So now that you've unlocked all the cars, you can go whoever you want, but what you need to do is you need to go in the Sportster. Now I also would recommend not playing as Kermit, Miss Piggy, keep going, Beaker, Bunsen, Sam, Pepe, Link Hogthrob. That's it, right? I wouldn't recommend playing as any of those characters. The reason is their specials are worse. And what's a special? A special is a special move that the AI or you can do. I don't know why you do it in a speed run, but it slows down all the other races. So what you want is you want to run against other races that have worse specials. So you want to be running against Kermit, Miss Piggy, all those I've just listed off because they have worse specials, okay? So I like to play as Rizzo. He isn't the fastest racer when he's in his own car. So you do want to be running against slower people most of the time because they don't get in your way as much. But I like playing as Rizzo. It doesn't lose too much time. So that's Rizzo. So now you get into this screen and you think, okay, what am I going to do? You want to check the points. Why? Because you can reset the tournament until you're running against races that have worse specials. So right now I have Beaker and Link. Link, kind of imagine him as like a mid-ground between having a bad special and a good special. He's kind of a bit of a toss-up. Sometimes he can be good for you, sometimes he can be bad for you. So he's better than a normal special, but you really want like Beaker and Bunsen. So I like to keep, okay, I don't want to start the race. But I like to keep resetting and I like to have a save state at this screen when I have, so this is better. This has two people with bad specials, which is good for you. So that's great. So now I'm going to go into this race and I'm going to explain the basic fundamentals of the game. Alright, the basic controls, the basic fundamentals. I have about a minute to do this. Yeah, I think this is in tournament as well. It's fine. So, first things first, you can turn left or right. That's pretty simple. Just press left or right. Up and down does nothing. You never press it. Accelerate with X. Go backwards with circle. Jump with square. Look behind you with triangle. It works better when the camera's actually behind you. It'll look at the other races, as you can see. It's following the other races right now, so they should come around the corner in a second. I should point out that this is completely useless, okay? So then there's these stars. They have items in them. There are 4 possible items you can get. You can get a chicken, which homes and tries to attack other races. A penguin, which drops behind you, like that. It's kind of like a banana in Mario Kart. You also can get, okay, well that's a chicken and a penguin. You can also get a fish. A fish goes straight in a line in front of you and hits anybody in the path. The bomb kind of bounces, so it can go over or below enemies that aren't in its path. So, I'm probably going to have to reset this tournament, I think. But that's fine. So then you have boost. So boost, you can use it by pressing R1. Right, and then you'll do this boost, it'll make you go faster. That's really useful for a lot of skips. It also just makes you go faster. 90% of levels, you're just going to be using boost like that. However, in a few levels, if you can collect enough boost, let me just collect enough boost. The level, by the way, won't end until I cross the finish line again. So even though these guys have already finished the level, it won't end until I cross the finish line at least once. So yeah, okay, let me fill it up. You usually fill that up in about a minute. So when I do that, I can press R2 to do a special, or ignore my off-brand wired controller, but I can press R2 to use a special, or R1 to use a star. The star does the level for me, and I'm also, while I'm doing this, I can't get specialed, which is great. So I'm going to just make sure I don't cross the finish line, because that will end this. I think that's all the main things of the level. However, not the level, of the game. However, I should explain, you kind of have to hold the controller in a weird way, because of... well, yeah, I haven't explained. Power slides. See how I'm turning very, very far in a one turn? Even though this car has very poor handling. That's because I'm holding... reverse and accelerate at the same time. And it's making my car have a much tighter turning pattern. So that's very, very useful. You're going to be using that a lot to make tight turns that you wouldn't otherwise be able to make. So be careful of that. I'm also waiting for somebody to special me. So I can explain how that works. Basically, when you have got specialed, it'll pop up on the screen, special move, and the picture of the guy that specialed you. It'll slow you down in some way. It'll maybe spin you around. It will hold you in place. It will slow you down. It will make you drive erratically. It's not good to get hit by one. They always lose time. It's very RNG, because when they can pick up enough boost, they can do it on you, and they can decide either to use it, or they can use the star, or they might not even get enough boost. So it's very RNG. So when you're in that, you can hold down RT, like R2, and you can skip the special using your boost. So if you have boost, it's always, well, maybe not always, it's 90% of the time, unless you have to use the boost for a skip or something, worth it to hold down R2 to skip the boost, to skip the special, because it will save you time. Right, now I'm going to quit out of this tournament. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how Swamp works. Swamp, very, very easy level. All you do is you drive around in a circle. But it's not the whole level you drive around in a circle for. Oh no, it's just this start bit. I didn't explain boost, did I? Well, the start boost is pretty self-explanatory. The more, okay, so basically you do that. I just started doing it without thinking about it. Yeah, you just kind of have to drive into the wall over on this left side here. And that will put you past the collision box or whatever. That tells the game you've gone back over the line. So the game doesn't realize that you've done that. And you can just skip the level. Alright? That's pretty much, that's the whole of Swamp. So yeah, at the start of the race, just press the buttons. When they show up, you'll get a better boost. I didn't explain that, but it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty simple. That's Swamp. I'm gonna do Happiness Hotel as fast as I can do it, given the circumstances. Now remember, you want to skip these. You don't want them in the race. It's just because I'm on a new save file and I can't be bothered doing it because it would add too much extra time to the guide. That's what you do. So I'm just going to do the race, and then I'm going to show you how it works. So there's a cycle on this level where there's a lift directly on our right there that will come at 35 and 105. It also comes a bit later. It's like a 7 or something second cycle, but those are the 2 cycles we care about. So yeah, we need to drive like this to get to the thingy in time. And we want to have as much boost as possible when we do that. Why? Because we have 35 seconds to make it the first time and 25 seconds to make it the second time. Now, I should preface, if you're a new runner, you should not go for the lift the second time. You should use your boost because I'm very slow here. Use your boost by any means necessary to get into this lift. I was slow on purpose, don't worry. And then once you're here, you want to boost. You want to just go as fast as possible until you get down the stairs. Once you're down the stairs, you want to start collecting boost again. Right, and then you want to try and get a star. Now, if you have enough boost, you can do a star again at the top of the stairs, which is great. That'll save you time because you're doing more stars. And when you do that, you can maybe make the lift again. But 90% of the time, you just want to collect a load of boost here. So you collect this boost here. Don't do this jump when you're new to the game. That can lose you so much time. And then here, you want to use it. Well, the reason you want to use a star here is because this spiral staircase, you have to go very slow on. So when you use the star, you don't have to. There's a special, just an example of a special. That's what it looks like. So you don't want to get hit by those. Just lose his time. Just straight up, yeah. And that's how you do Happiness Hotel. So I'll show you an example of doing double lift hopefully now. But actually, no, we won't. We'll just go on to the next thing because it would take too long. So we're just gonna go into Central Park. I'm just gonna drive through Central Park. Actually, I'll do 1 lap, and then from this point on, I don't need to be in the tournament necessarily anymore because the cycles on Happiness Hotel are tied to the tournament, so you want to learn those cycles specifically. So you want to get in at about 35. It's just past 35 you want to get in, but you want to be in there. There's no real strategy. It's all about having a fast line to get in. As long as you have the fast line, you should be able to get in. Use all your boost, get in there by any means necessary, and then hopefully you have enough to use a special, to use a star straight away, right out of the thing. There's a very specific point that you need to use it. You can watch my runs for that, to be honest, because I'm not going to explain double lift here. But basically, once you're in there, you want to try and get a star as quickly as possible because it will save you some time. Right, so this is Central Park. Central Park, very easy. All I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you where you need to go because there's a few shortcuts on this run, on this lap, that you might miss if you were just racing it. So I'm just going to show you where they all are, and then which ones we use, and then I'll move on to the next thing. I only need to do 1 lap for this. Very simple race. Very simple race. This is kind of, there's not much time you can lose here. It's kind of a bit of a chill level. So we jump over that. I like to use boost while I'm doing it because when you're in the air, you're not going as fast. So we like to compensate for that with boost. Go over to this little tunnel on the right here. This saves you a bit of time. It's just a little bit of a shorter route. It's a little bit difficult to get in. You want to pick up this boost, and then this is crazy. You go down here and you pick up this boost. Go here. You want to use that power slide I was talking about before to line up for this and do that. That's the entire level. Just do that 3 times. You will get special there probably. Be wary of that. Right, so the next level is Old London Town. Now remember, if you're new to the game, do League B first. I'm just talking you through all of the levels in the order I do them, because that's how I feel comfortable. Make sure you do League B first. That's where you're going to save most of your time. I don't know if I explained that. But do League B first. Yeah, so this is Old London Town. Again, there are no real skips here, but you can get special. Oh yeah, obviously, there's a tap boosting on this level. What am I on about? So tap boosting is when you're on ice, like this, you want to tap the boost button, okay? Also, yeah, you want them to be destroyed. You have to destroy them with items. You go over here. So this is more ice. So you want to be tapping the boost button as quickly as possible. And that will make you go faster over the ice. Because the ice will hold your speed for you. And you'll end up going faster because you use less boost to be going at the same speed. Because you'll go up to full speed. You'll be sliding at full speed. The game will slow you down very slowly. So then you can use more boost and you can stay in this. You want to break this and you want to go over here. Alright, just drive through here. Boom. And now we come up to a little bit of a controversial part of the run. Ooh. Which way around this do you go? I've discovered that it doesn't really matter. You can do either one you feel more comfortable with. The one on the left is easier. You kind of just drive around. There's nothing in the way. But if you have an item, what I like to do, because I feel like it's faster, and also I feel like it's a little bit of an easier turn, you drive in over here, you break this, and you go around this way. Now, be aware if you're going to do this, it's A, a little bit harder, and B, the hitbox on this is very, very, very misleading. You can kind of just about clip through it, like this, okay? The hitbox is like about just to let, yeah, it's a very misleading hitbox. So just be aware of that and try not to get hit by it because you think, oh, I can go through it. Pretty misleading hitbox. I feel like the hitbox is just that bar there, right? See that bar? That's the hitbox. This bit of scenery does not have a hitbox. Okay? That's this entire level, right? Very simple. So make sure you use tap boosting. Just go around that way, and you'll be fine. Yeah, remember that's there's I don't know if I explained that this bit at the start is a shortcut, but yeah, it's a shortcut. Just go around the way I went, and that's the fastest way to do the level. Also use boost there to get in because you're going to be on bad terrain, and obviously you want to boost over bad terrain. It's like Mario. You know, when you take a shortcut, you want to use a mushroom. It's kind of the same idea here with using boost, right? So then we go to dock. Dock is hell. Okay, dock is hell. You will lose time here. You just kind of have to accept that. Okay. Specials. You will get specialed here a lot. So, I've got my headphone. No, I've not got my headphone in. I didn't even realize. That's crazy. So yeah. Okay. 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 So what I was saying was, yeah. So here, the AI is kind of nasty. So if you get spawned right at the front, drive forward normally, turn left. I'll do a demonstration. You want to get as much boost as you can. And you'll be like, turn left, but I can only go forward. No, okay, so you go here, and you want to jump down here. Why would you do that? I'm going to try and get a better spawn, so I can explain that. So get a spawn in the back 3, okay? And maybe even the middle. You can make a judgment call on that, whichever you feel more comfortable with. If you go forward, you'll probably lose like a second because you won't have enough boost to make it over the water. I'll explain that now. But yeah, you don't want to get too much boost when you're in the back. When you're further away from it, you want to get maybe like 7 or 8 boost. When you're right next to it, when you're in the back left one, you want to get boost. Now, if you're in one of the back left, back right, or back middle, ignore that I went in the water. Don't do that in your runs. Yeah, when you kind of have to wait for the guy in front of you. Make sure you have enough boost and you go across like this. Now here, get 3 boost at least in that specific thing. And then collect every piece of boost in the level and don't use any of it. Also, cut this corner with a jump. That's good to do. Saves just a little bit of time. Isn't a lot of optimization. Gotta be fast. So you want to collect every piece of boost. You need to use a power slide there to get in. And then you'll have just enough boost to use it here. The reason we want to use it here is because the amount of specials that happen in this level, you want to be able to avoid them. And also, it means we can collect, we're just in the right position to collect 3 again. Now, if you get specialed while you're not in it, just boost through it and use boost for the rest of the level, alright? Don't obsess over getting a star on every lap, okay? If you get hit by a special, just start using the boost, alright? Instead of trying to get the star. Because that will just lose you time. And it might technically end up saving you time, but I feel like it's a little bit more efficient with your resources to just boost through it, and you know take it on the chin and just boost through like this. So that's dock, very simple level. As you can see, I'm getting specialed a lot. That's what will happen if you go slow here. The faster you go, obviously, the less likely you are to get specialed because there's less opportunity for them to actually get boost, so you get specialed less. They also just feel really mean here. So yeah, that's dock. It's a level where it's very, very, very difficult to not get specialed here. You need good lines. You need to be lucky as well. I've just restarted it. Right. Okay, so then Secret Base. Secret Base is a level in which you can kind of get destroyed right at the start by bad RNG. So be very, very careful. That make sure you get item boxes. I'll explain why now. Do a quick clap. I'll be as fast as possible here. Because we need to get remember before when we used the items to break those barrels? Like on Old London Town? You need to do that again here. So, there's a spinning disc here. Go the way the disc is going. It's random which way it goes. So, guess and remember. It's a little bit RNG. But yeah, but you basically have to guess. So, go through this tunnel. And as you can see here, there's this little jump here. So, there's a way to kind of be in the right spot to not be bouncing up and down. Like this. But it's kind of awkward to do that. So, yeah, you want to use your item there and get through the rest of the level. That's your lap, alright? That's how you do it. Now, the most efficient use of boost here is to collect boost. Remember, drive the same way as the thing. Don't jump. Oh yeah, just a bit of advice. Don't jump. Jumping just loses time. So if you feel like jumping, don't, right? Stay on the ground as much as possible unless you have to jump. So you want to jump a little bit before it and then time your boost so you boost through that. Then you're in the air for as little time as possible. And I messed it up, right? Don't do it exactly how I did it. I'll try and get it perfect this time. But yeah, you want to time your boost so that you just fly through there. So collect all this boost here. Go through the tunnel. There's a way to like kind of jump here. And then just go through like that. You want to time your boost so you're in the air as little as possible. Right, so now I'm going to go to these are the levels you should be doing first. Do these levels before any levels. This is where most of the skips are. It's where most of the difficulty lies in the run. And for me, it's in the second half because the RNG's in the first half. But so League A is all RNG. So higher level runners want to run that first, get the RNG out the way. But if you're not confident, I have to stress this, if you're not confident in your skips, do League B first. You will not lose as much time from specials as you will lose from messing up the skips. So if you're not confident in them, do League B first. I'm begging you. It's just better, okay? Now I've stressed that as much as possible, we'll get into League B. We'll explain Ghost Town. Now, Ghost Town, there's a skip here. It's very difficult. Don't worry if you don't get it. Don't even go for it if you don't feel like it. So, right at the start, you need a lot of boost to do this skip. It's right on the start line. I'm going to hope I can get it immediately. If not, I'll just do the rest of the race, talk you through it, and try and get it on the second lap. It allows you to skip a small little bit of the level. It saves 1 or 2 seconds, so really don't worry about it. But it is a nice little bit of an optimization later. And just explain how it works in case you get really good and you want to try it out. So, where you spawn does matter for this, so you want to get as much boost as possible. So let me try and do that. 25's okay. So you want to go here through this boost, go left, jump, and then drive over that. There's a very specific piece of geometry that you need to jump through. So on this level, it's another one of those levels where you need to break a barrier. But in this level, you need to break 2 barriers in a row. So make sure you have 2 items that aren't penguins, right? And this is the route you need to go. So just follow this route. Pretty self-explanatory. Just follow the way I'm going. And then, yeah. So you come up over here. I like to save boost here because I need to do the trick. Break those 2 saloon doors. Go through. And here, boost on this. Turn left. Jump on that little bit of terrain. And then you do the skip. I'm going to just talk you through slowly how it works. So I'm going to have to drive backwards. Okay, let's just put me back on track. Can you not do that? No, I don't want to drive this way. I know the game's designed so that when you get hit with an item, it puts you back on track. But I don't want to be. Alright, okay, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Okay, right. So the way I line it up is I go here. I need to be like pretty much parallel with this line of boost. Boost through it, hold left, and there's that little lip here. This little bit of geometry. If you get it past this bit here, right? So this little lip that I'm currently stood on, you want to land on that and jump. If you're not boosting beforehand, you want to have enough speed to get through, and if you're not on it, you won't do it. So that's how the skip works. Don't worry if you don't get it. That's Ghost Town. Now I should probably explain because I didn't do it in my earlier race, but there is a maximum efficiency way to use the boost here. So you want to collect your boost and you want to use it on this turn. You want to boost and power slide to the left to go here. That just means that while you're power sliding, you're still going at full speed, which means that the power slide won't slow you down. It's just a little bit more efficient of a way to use it. Also, I'm pretty sure the terrain out here isn't quite as good as anywhere else in the run. So it will slow you down a little bit. So it's just nice to use it there. So that's Ghost Town. You can get special there as well. Be aware, it's the only level in League A where you're likely to get specialed. You can get specialed everywhere else. You can even get specialed in this next race, Mallory Gallery, where the hardest skip of the run is. This is why you want to be running League B first. This specific clip in this race. So if you do this race, I'm gonna do a lap, get to the skip. So there's a cool little skip at the start where you kind of just avoid the stairs. It's not too difficult, so I'd recommend definitely going for it. So you go here, you power slide to the left and jump over this barrier, and you just kind of skip the stairs. It saves a little bit of time. But the main skip on this level is Mallory's skip. Now, you have to line up. Would you see that wall with the painting, with the spinning thing in it? You want to line up with this bit. Okay, right. There are two ways to do it, right? The way I do it, which is a little bit more difficult, but a little bit faster. And if you mess it up once, you can kind of just keep going. So you want to line up with this bit of square on the wall. And just keep tapping the X button and adjusting where you're facing. The camera's really bad for me. I'm going to set up my camera, actually. So I like to jump over this to set up the camera. And okay, well, I've messed it up. But I like to jump over that to set... Yeah, I'm going to just do it again. I'm just going to do it again. I'm trying to be slow on purpose so you guys have time to figure it out. But you know what? How have I done that again? Right. Then you line up with this bit of the wall. This specific little part of the wall with the black squares. I like to be slightly to the left of it and hold light. As you can see, you'll clip through the floor. This is right where the start line is. So it skips the entire second half of the lap. So now I'm just going to try and quickly get back there and explain how to do it the other way that the world record holder Zivalev does, and I think everybody else does except me. I'm a bit of a risker, right? I'm a bit risky. So the way they do it is they line up parallel to the wall like this. This is easier. I recommend you do it like this. Don't be like me unless you really want to save every second and you're super confident with it. But this is what you do. You kind of line up against the wall like this. I'm not very practiced with it. And you just kind of, when you get to here, just kind of keep tapping back. I don't know how to do it very well, but you kind of want to, I think you want to be like, remember in Swamp how you want to be driving into the wall? I think you want to kind of be driving into the wall and just keep going back, and you will just clip through the floor like that. It's a lot easier to set up, but it is a bit slower because you have to drive backwards. So whichever way you like, do that skip, but I recommend doing it the second way. That's a Mallory Gallery skip. It's quite difficult. It'll lose you a lot of time if you mess it up. You have to nail it 3 times. If you miss it, you lose a lot of time. So just be aware of that. And now I'm going to go to the next level, which is New York City. New York City, raced as intended. So I'm just going to show you where the shortcuts are. This is a pretty difficult level. Okay, just be aware this is a pretty difficult level. So, one player race, obviously. It's very, very tight. You have to use the power slide a lot here. So, right at the start, go over to the left here. Go into this bit of the park. You can go around the right if you don't feel confident with it, because that is kind of hard to hit, and you can hit other Muppets. Go into the subway station. Go immediately left. Go over here. Go immediately left. And that's the entire lap, right? Very short, but very tight. So, yeah, you can go over to the right there, because you can kind of get blocked and lose a lot of time if the Muppets are in front of you or they bang into you. But yeah, this is New York City. Very, very, very quick race. This is just a test of your movement. So this isn't like a level you can really get good at. It's a level where they just... I should have used your boost over that, alright? I don't know why I used my boost. But this is more a level about how good are you at power sliding and how good are you at controlling your turns. As you can see, I'm not very good. So yeah, that's New York City. Pretty simple, pretty simple. Now we have Graveyard. Graveyard is a fun level because we abuse a warp. Now, what you want to do here is, this is the only other level where you use tap boosting. There's a bit of ice right at the start. You can use tap boosting there if you want, just to get ahead of the races. It is probably the most efficient place to use it. So I'm going to do that really quick. You need to get at least one item in your first lap. And that can actually, one item that goes forward in your first lap, which can actually be a bit of a struggle. Actually, there's two bits where you use tap boosting. Now, usually you'd boost over bad terrain like this, but since tap boosting is such an efficient use of boost, we use it there instead. So as you can see, I have two items that will break a wall that's in front of me, and we just drive there straight off the starting line. We go in here, and there's a warp. Now, a little bit of an optimization is when you're here, shoot an item, because you can see that knocks me back a little bit. Saves like 0.02 seconds to shoot an item. Drive immediately backwards, spam jump. I like to just hold backwards and keep pressing jump, and you'll go into the warp. You'll land there. Just accelerate there. I like to boost because I'm in the air and I've got no acceleration, so I may as well start moving forward. The only way to do that is boosting. So I like to boost there, and yeah, just jump backwards. Boost out like this, and then finish the lap. It's pretty simple, but you can get a little bit screwed if you don't have the right item. So just make sure you have an item when you go into the thing. I've just gone into it again. I just pretended it was a tournament. Now, this is probably the easiest level in the race. This is the easiest level in the race by far. The little swag strat that I'll show you. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. We all go for it, but be aware you don't need to if you don't feel confident with it. It saves minuscule amounts of time. So what we like to do is, if you're at the start here, if you're on the left, just kind of go forward, but I'm going to show what the optimal, in quotation marks, way is. You go up here to collect this boost, right? And then you go down here into this, which is like the shortcut. You need boost here to go over the water, because the water will slow you down. Collect some boost. And then there's this bit here. This is where the swag strat is. We jump over this, right? If we mess that up, we kind of fall down a hole, or we crash into a wall, and it's not great. But if we hit it, it saves like 0.2 seconds. It's nice. So yeah, go up here, collect the boost, go on the shortcut, use the boost over the water. You can use the boost for the swag strat. You can use boost however you want. However you see fit for the boost, just do it, honestly. I respect your decision and your intelligence as a player. Use boost however you like. Just, if you think it's saving you time, you go for it. You go for it. I'm obviously not, I've not got perfect times, so I can make mistakes as well. So there are probably optimal ways to use your boost, other than the ones that I'm like, no, this is the optimal way to use it. Like here, obviously you want to be boosting. But yeah, this is a very simple level. This is kind of like a chill level that lets you prepare for the next level, which is one of the hardest skips in the game. There are a few ways to do it. I'll show you my setup and the easy setup. The easy setup isn't as fast, obviously. If there was an easy setup and it was faster, we wouldn't have an easy setup and a hard setup. We'd just have the setup, right? So this is Cape Doom. Cape Doom overall is a pretty simple level. It's like how you mess up Cape Doom. There is a little bit where we're going to skip quite a bit of the track. So it comes right off the start. We need to have a lot of boost. We need to have a bit of boost to do it the hard way. I'm going to let these guys all just go, so I have space to show you this. Show you the trick. How I line it up. The easy way to line it up. And all that good stuff. So, collect a bit of boost. Now the way I like to line it up is, you see that 2 boost over there? Oh, come on, penguin, go away. I like to drive into it, do a power slide to 90 degrees. Okay, I messed it up. As you can see, I'm not a god gamer. If you go into this tunnel, by the way, by mistake, that loses a lot of time. So I'm just gonna... Oh god. Oh god. Okay, the camera messes me up here. I'm just gonna... Alright, okay, I'm gonna restart the level. I'm just gonna do the skip. Just so I can show you how it works. And then I'll show you how I line it up afterwards. It's kind of hard to do the skip, like, just kind of off the cuff without, like, the correct, normal, like, circumstances to set it up. I've not got any boost. So I'm going to show you the slower, boostless setup. That's not the setup. That's not the setup. I'm going to just, okay, we'll go back. We'll do the slow, boostless setup, and then we can just kind of... So, yeah, the way you're supposed to do it is... Okay, I'm going to... This is kind of embarrassing, honestly. I have boost now, so I'm just going to do the fast setup and show you how that works. So we go over here, we collect this 2 boost. Power slide. Okay, that's never happened before. It's a very finicky trick, okay? I'm sorry I'm messing it up, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna cut the video. So the easy setup is you just kind of jump down here and just get on it. And just, that's the easy setup. You can get straight onto the wall, which I'll try and do. I'll try and do it backwards even. That's weird. That's probably good for reverse. Anyway, yeah, so the easy setup is just kind of you go around, you land on the wall. I don't use the easy setup, so I've not really got it great, but that's kind of basically what you do. You kind of just use the weird part of the wall that's like supposed to let you go into this thing. And you just kind of get up onto this bit of the level. Now, I'm going to hopefully hit the skip correctly this time so that I can show you the hard way of doing it. But obviously, I'm terrible at the video game, apparently, so we'll try it again. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Honestly, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I've not hit a single one. Well, maybe we'll hit it here. Right, so I collect that 2 boost that I was on about before. And then I turn 90 degrees to the right with the power slide. And then I do the skip. This. That's how it's supposed to look. That's the setup. That's Cape Doom skip. And then obviously this is the rest of the level. Go like this. Through this little shortcut. Then through this little shortcut. I like to boost as I come out of that because I'm in the air. Remember, boost while you're in the air. Saves a little bit of time. Then I'm going to see if I can hit it again. So again, line up, collect about 2 boost, turn 90 degrees to the right, and then do it. Boom. Now I'm going to try the easy setup on the last one, see if I can get that pretty much perfect and show you what it is. But yeah, once I've done that, that's the whole run. That's all you need to know to do this race. There's a few skips in there that are quite difficult and will lose you a lot of time. Obviously, a lot of the optimization here is from movement. So you're going to have to find the optimal lines. I can't explain what, like, you know, is the optimal line for every race. You see, that's the easier setup. That's the easier setup that doesn't require boost. So yeah, that is every level in the game. I actually should probably show you transitioning between tournaments, but I'd have to do a whole tournament for that. And honestly, I can't be bothered. I've got a lecture in 20 minutes. So thanks for watching all the way through this 40-minute guide. I'm sorry it was kind of a bit rambly. And there weren't really any cuts or anything. I'm not a video editor. So this is what I've got. Thanks everyone for watching it. I hope you enjoy playing the game. I hope you have great times. Both in having good times and having good times. So, yeah, thank you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel. Chains UK. Chains on YouTube. Yeah, thank you very much.